Good morning, girls and boys. Welcome to the Texas Flycaster podcast. It is the Monday morning sidewalk. So let's start with the shameless self-promotions I have to do. Go to my website, www.texasflycaster.com sometime. Take a look at the merchandise I have and really take a great look at the fly line mats that I make. I've shipped those things all over the world now. www.texasflycaster.com. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to the Monday morning sidewalk. We are now underway. Let me start by telling you that we're going to range far and wide and away from fly fishing this morning, but let me start with that, and you can change the channel. Ha ha. Once you've heard the little bit I have, one thing does lead to another. I'll tell you what, the sidewalk is long, may not be straight, but it's got a lot of cracks in it that I can fall into and maybe never come out of. There is a really nice graph if you're into salt for the tides. We're looking at South Padre Island. I just go there. You can extrapolate up the coast what your tides are like. You know, the South Texas coast is less affected by wind tide variations than the middle coast and upper coast region are by the wind push. So it's a bumpy graph. It looks great this week. Really, really nice variations of up to like almost 2.5, 3 feet between high and low. You got to have water moving, people. That helps a lot. Secondly, we are now heading towards a full moon. They're calling it a cold full moon on December 15th. So we're rapidly approaching that. And for me and my beliefs, it's strictly a belief system. I believe that fishing on the salt changes from day to night as the fish have a moon to eat by. So that's that. Now, guess what? We are moving into some other things that you would never expect here on a fly fishing channel. And before I go on, remember, you guys are the flycasters, not just me. So I'm not the Texas Flycaster. You are. And don't forget it. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a great drive in this morning. Maybe I missed your drive. Maybe you're catching it at lunch, in that bathroom stall, or on the way home. Regardless, glad you're here. Please like and subscribe when you get time. There is another fly fishing related topic in my head. I now carry Sawgrass Fly Rods. Could you tell it's early and I haven't had my coffee yet? Sawgrass Fly Rods in my fly shop at www.texasflycaster.com. I only carry the fly rods. I could get you any kind of rod in the Sawgrass line, but that's what's on the site. Wow, that is news for me. I don't know about you. One-piece fly rods, top shelf blanks, amazing rods. That's what I fish with the most. You'll see photos on my website. Generally, it's always in the last year been Sawgrass. So right now, that's what's taking up my time, is I'm actually building a few rods for them. And I'm doing the actual putting on of the guides, which is wrapping guides is what it's called. And that is a interesting process that is very frustrating. You think fly tying is frustrating? Try building fly rods. Whew, man, that's challenging. So now on to a topic you never thought you'd hear about. I went to go visit a friend last week up in the Montague area. That's up north and west of where I live in Denton, Texas. And I used to work for this guy. He's a great guy. We used to work for this guy in the oil fields. I did what was called flowbacks, which is kind of the wimpy job of an oil field worker. It doesn't require you to get too terribly dirty very often. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you get dirty. Doesn't require you to carry tools. And just requires a little thought process. A flowback is when you flow the water back out of the well after it's been fracked. And you just got to keep some scientific measurements and and basically call in trucks to haul off the water and re-inject that water and cause earthquakes and stuff like that. No, I'm just kidding, really. I don't know what it does. But anyway, that's what I did for years. Back in starting about 2009 till about 2012 in the Barnett Shale. So that's the history. He invited me up to come look at a pond that he's got on his property up there that it's full of bass, and trying to tempt me into coming up. And I've been crying and complaining about not catching fish around here, and he must have heard it. And so anyway, went up there. This guy's working up there. He's older than me. Good guy. Golly. Salt of the earth. He's working up there. Mining now. Now, do you know what mining is? Well, mining is data Bitcoin mining. And I was intrigued by that for sure. And I wanted to see one of these mines that he works on. So he took me out to one of the old well sites where I used to work, actually. A couple of wells there on the left, they're just working away. But on the right was a container, a smaller version of one of those ship containers, and two giant Caterpillar engines, like the kind you find in a ship hold to power the ships. Gigantic, okay, like the size of an 18-wheeler tractor with just the tractor part. Two of those. And those have been fitted with an alternator, not a generator, an alternator, and that powers the data mines. So the actual container is full of miners, computers, and the container is the mine. And there's one container, and then it leads with, I guess there's not very many wires at all. I'm shocked. Out to a building where everything is monitored, and they're mining coin. It's a very interesting thing to see. And of course, the thing about the data mines, if you're familiar with them at all, and this is a small scale if you think about it, it's huge to me, but small scale, is the cost per kilowatt hour for running these data mines. Well, these guys have, in my opinion, got things figured out. Oh, let me get a sip of coffee. Hold on. They're getting by using the gas coming out of the wells to power the engines that run the alternators. And they're under 2 cents per kilowatt hour. Can you imagine this? It ain't free, but it's a pretty economical way to make money. If you consider Bitcoin money, it's a pretty interesting thing. I never dreamed in my wildest dreams that I'd go out to these old oil well pads and see data mines on them. But I did. And it's the strangest, most interesting thing I've seen, where technology of the highest order is sitting on an old oil well pad working away. These guys, actually, this one I went to was not working at the time. They were waiting for turbochargers to come in for the cats. And anyway, so it was down. But so what? He said it gets pretty loud. And of course there's constant monitoring going on. It is really just so very interesting if that's your thing. If it's not, thanks for indulging my story there about data mines in the Barnett Shale. You're going to hear a lot more about it. If I can get some clearance, I'll be doing a story about it. Just, I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it's a good story, don't you think? All right, guys. I hope you're having a good. It seems like holiday already, doesn't it? I mean, you're out there, you got the traffic, you got people fighting over pumpkin pies and stuff like that. I guess everybody's still a little stunned by everything that's going on in geopolitics. At least I am. Unfortunately, I pay attention to that stuff probably way too much. If you know me very well, I pay too much attention to it. But anyway, So it's an interesting time we have right now, and it takes me so long to wind one of these rods. I call it winding the rod. These fishing rods. I got fishing rods and fly fishing rods I'm working on here at the house, wrapping these rods. That it occupies a lot of my time that I could be doing something else for probably a lot more money, but I don't care. I enjoy building these rods. And the Sawgrass rods, these are one-piece rods that are just spectacularly sensitive and lightweight. So if you get a chance, go ahead and contact me. And if you're in the DFW area, I can meet you out. If you want to try one of these rods out, they're on sale right now, too, on my website. So Sawgrass Fly Rods and all their rods are on sale. If you go to www.sawgrassrods.com, you will see I'm an affiliate there. Hopefully they got that up and running by now. And you will see that all their rods are on sale right now. There's the one big factor in buying a one-piece fly rod online, or any fly rod really nowadays, is they're going to get you with the shipping. And shipping is kind of expensive. I have to admit, I'm charging $100 to ship a one-piece rod because it's a one-piece rod, man. It's a fly rod. It's one piece. It's long. It's difficult. It's got to survive. And so one way to get out of that $100 charge for shipping is just to have me hand it off to you, and that can be arranged. So if you go there and you get ready to buy a rod, you let me know, and we will make sure to take the shipping off of there, and I can hand that off to you anywhere in the DFW area, and you will have yourself what I consider to be the best one-piece fly rod on the planet. And unless somebody else on the planet wants to send me one, then we could talk. But that's all we're going to do is talk, because I'm with Sawgrass Fly Rods, and I am not leaving them. These rods, very economical as well as high quality. Right now is the golden era at Sawgrass, where you can actually afford to get in on some of these rods. And here's a little piece of news for you guys out there. Sawgrass will be coming out with a 4-piece fly rod. I hate to break it to you other people in the other brands, but it's coming after you. These are good rods. Even a 4-piece is probably going to be pretty spectacular. I've got a few glass rods from the same company that makes these blanks, and I'm going to go ahead and build a glass rod for myself. It's a little bitty one, a little bitty rod for the Blue River, because that's all you need is a little rod there. Guys, I hope you have a great week this week. Thank you for listening to me carry on about all this stuff that's so unrelated but related to me. And I want you to like and subscribe to the Texas Flycaster YouTube channel so that you get notified all the time about these stories coming out. I've got one coming out. It's called What's on Your Fly Bench. It's a video, so it's one of those vloggy things, and that'll be coming out in a couple of days. I've got a story on my website coming out about women fly fishers. I don't know where they are. There's just not, they've really gone away in the last few years. There's just not very many of them, and those that exist are kind of social media mavens. So anyway, I'm looking for real women fly fishers out there who want to go out and really actually catch fish and not just look good doing it. All right. And there's plenty of guys like that too. Come on, man. Come on. You know there are. I'm not just being a guy. Thanks for listening. There's no watching today. Have a great week. Be sure you check out all the stories on www.texasflycaster.com. Have a great drive in, a great drive home, or a great seat on that stall in the office building you're in. We'll talk to you soon. You made it through another Monday morning sidewalk. Thanks for listening. There's nothing to see here. Move on, people. Get on down the road. But like and subscribe. And visit my website, www.texasflycaster.com, for more interesting writing and products in Pop's Fly Shop, including flies, fly mats, all kinds of artwork curated by me, myself, and I. Thanks. and we will see you and hear you, or hear you and see you next time here at the Texas Flycaster YouTube channel.